Okay, thanks for joining me today. We're looking at number 21, the last etude in 21 Lip Flexibilities for trumpet by Nathan Oss. This is the first volume. As I was perusing these books again, I discovered a few that was like, maybe I should practice that every day. So I'm going to take a look at these, number 21 specifically today, and see what I can find that I need to work on. Now right away I see there's you're covering a lot of range in a short period of time. And that's one of the main things that gives trumpet players problems. So I'm going to play a little bit of it and then see if I can suggest some ways to practice this that might give you access. If you can cover this whole range on the instrument with comfort and control, you should definitely be trying to do things like this that are doing these wide interval leaps. Well, I'm improvising a little bit here, but I'm playing with it a little bit. You hear the structure, and that's the first thing I'm trying to get. There's a shape, there's a gesture, what I call a gesture. And that's repetitive, and I like that because it gives you a chance to find the feel and get it in your ear. Now what I'm doing is, it's not going to be accessible to everyone, but those of you who can buzz fairly fluently, and I know you're out there, and you're probably not watching these because you think you already know how to play the trumpet. That's okay, but I'm always trying to learn. So when I do this, there's a reason why I'm buzzing it on the mouthpiece that way. So I'm going to do it, I'm going to put my metronome on it. So that's the that's the recommended top end speed. And the recommended bottom end speed is not that much slower. So you can imagine that this is going to present a problem for most of us, right? But if you buzz it on the mouthpiece, why am I doing that? Many reasons, but right now, I'm working on, those notes are connected. And if I play it very slowly like this, about 1/3 tempo, that's the part I see I need to work on. Now, obviously when you're playing this, you can compensate for problems like that. But if you practice this way, let me try it once again. What I'm trying to do is make a continuous connection between the notes. Now the connection, why am I doing that? Because the movement patterns in the breath and the way the embouchure works, the way the breath and the aperture and the facial muscles work as a team together to produce the sound is fluid, because the breath itself is fluid. So even if you were tonguing this, you would still be doing the same movement, and it's a connected, smooth movement pattern. I'm just proving that I can actually connect the notes, especially the ones going down over wide intervals. Now, I know that many of you are going to find this difficult, and that's okay. Start with smaller intervals. But see if you can play with it and enjoy the process of as much as you can, keeping that sound the same. I'm going to go back and play it and see if that helps at all. much close to the tempo. Wow, that kind of surprises me. Seriously, I'm not joking. It's like, wow, now I'm feeling it as one movement instead of as a lot of separate notes. It looks like a lot of separate notes. You can see the notes, you see how far apart they are. You see, psychologically, your brain is always saying, wow, this is hard. I think I might have said that at the beginning of the video. Wow, this looks hard. Yeah, it does. That's the impression we get. In a sense, what you're trying to do when you practice is prove to yourself, yeah, it's challenging, but I can manage this. And I can feel good and sound good when I do it. I just have to figure it out. And that's the attitude of any great player. They've just spent a lot of time doing just that, figuring it out. Yes, can you get help from a teacher? Absolutely. Can you get help from your colleagues? Yes. Mostly just listen and watch, and you'll get a whole lot of information. And it's all free. As Mark Gould is fond of saying, just steal everything you can. Musically and technically. If you can tell what a person's doing or you think you know, go ahead. See if you can work it out. That's it. That makes it fun. Now, this gets a little crazy at the end, and I haven't played all the way through. I played a couple of those repetitive patterns. Then they start to change a little bit. So on the second line, let me try that. I'm not going to play it up to tempo because I don't want to stumble too much and make your listening experience painful, but let's see what I can do here. So I've been on the B. Oh, it goes up a little bit now. Interesting. Oh, the tonality changes in bar 4. I didn't notice that the first time. That's weird. I need to get it in my ear. So I'm spending time with those upper notes. Now, if there's any strain involved, if there's any difficulty where you're struggling, then you don't want to be playing that. You want to simplify a version of it. Now here, there's so much range that you can't take it down the octave very easily, but that's a technique that comes in handy a lot. For example, the Haydn or Hummel concertos where you're playing, like the Haydn, just play it down the octave for a while. Get comfortable with the pattern, get it in your ear, and then it makes it a lot easier. Plus, as I said before, you're conditioning your mind. Instead of thinking, oh, that's hard, you're thinking, oh, this is manageable, I can do this. And it's not just positive self-talk. You're actually proving to yourself that you can do it. That's how you gain confidence. You have to prove to yourself that you can do it and then trust that. And you do that through your practice. Or you prove to yourself that you're incompetent. And you rub your face in that every day. That's painful and destructive. So be nicer to yourself when you're working on these things, okay? It's taken me my whole life to learn that. I'm still working on it, so I don't expect an overnight change. But when you notice that your self-talk is negative, unless it's challenging in an encouraging way, see what you can do to take the cruelty out of it, right? And the abuse. We get enough abuse from the world. We don't need to be doing it to ourselves as well. Okay, enough philosophy for today, or psychological counseling, or whatever you want to call it. Now I'm going to look at the last line, because this last line looks really hard. Or, as we would say here in Boston, wicked hard. This last line is just wicked hard. I don't know how I'm going to be able to play it. It's ridiculous. For me, it comes back to, can I hear it? That is close to being fun. Now, there's still a lot of work to do with it, and I'm not going to spend more of your time today telling you how to do the work, but if you stick with me and you watch a lot of these etudes, you're going to put the package together. It's learning how to practice. Part of it I explained before is just be ready for the next note that you're going to play. And pretty much you can tell if your body is ready to do it or not. And if it's not ready, you can either, jam through and make it happen, which you need to do sometimes when you're in a performance. Just do whatever you can. As Mr. Herseth used to say, if you go for that high note and you think it's not going to come out, your lips telling you it's not going to work, your best chance is just open your throat and blow. That's not very specific, but he's correct. Let go of the throat and just follow through the air, and your chops will do whatever they need to do. Now they got enough air flow in order to carry them. That's hard to talk about these things, but those are some of the ideas that work for some people. Notice how I was trying to sing on the upper notes. I'm straining them a little bit. I'm going to try it once more, and then I'll let you go practice. See, I'm pushing the limits a little bit. Now, I could do it with okay control, with okay consistency. But then I decided, I'm going to see if I can slow down an octave and a third, from the high C to the low A flat. Well, that's the pattern. It's just like I showed you on the mouthpiece before. If I follow this on the mouthpiece, it's a connected pattern that goes all the way through. So I know this can be a little bit overwhelming, and these are definitely challenging etudes. You judge how much weight to put on the bar when you're working out. So if you're a good coach, you're going to do just fine. Go and do some of that work now, and I hope you will join me later when you have a little bit of time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.